hibernation zones, reverse current hibernation zones that are in these specific areas of Earth's atmosphere. So the first thing we will do is we will go from Earth's D2 upper mantle selenite caverns. We'll move to Eartha D2 physical Adama flame light field. So you're going from the crystal caverns into a light field that is Eartha's D2 physical light field. We'll go through D2 Earth's upper mantle at this point, keep rising up through Earth's upper mantle, and through Seal 4, which is in Earth's D2 surface crust, just beneath Earth's oceans. So imagine that as you're moving upward through the Eartha D2 Adama flame, you're also at the same time, you're moving through D2 this Earth's upper mantle, and you're coming up into Earth's crust, and you're moving through Seal 4, and there will be a bit of a light burst of moving through Seal 4, and you're moving through Seal 4, up through the crust, and now you're beginning to come up through the floor of the ocean on physical Earth. So you're beginning to move up through the physical waters of Earth. Try to feel your Rashale body as it floats vertically from way down to the crust of Earth that is beneath in the seabeds, up through all the levels of the oceans here. And as we float upward, we will continue in step 15B. From the ocean and Earth's crust under the oceans, we will now begin a leap up. And we will leap from here as we start to move up into the very deep waters of the oceans. Imagine holding your breath now for a second. Inhale and hold with your arms up. Hold to build charge. And in a second, you're going to release very quickly a current of energy downward through your feet of your Rashale body. And it's going to be like a jet that pushes you off the ocean floor. You fly through the oceans, out of the ocean water, and all the way up to the ozone layer. So, and release. And Rashale bodies go upward, out of the oceans, into the air, and up the ozone layer, which is in the outer stratosphere of D2 Earth. And we're going to keep going to Aurora 2 safe zone, which is the D3 subterranean cloud cities that are located on the maps of Seal 5, which is in Earth's lower thermosphere, approximately 60 miles up from the sea level. So we've now entered another safe zone, Aurora Safe Zone 2. Here we can stop again and relax. Let our Rashale bodies get their bearing after flying 60 miles up off the seabed. From this place of the Aurora 2 safe zone in the subterranean cloud city, you will be in a location in the subterranean cloud city. There's someone out here, we're standing on the surface of it looking up. Some people would actually be able to see, they could see past the nets involved, the frequency blocks involved. They would be able to see these subterranean cloud cities as the cities in the clouds. There are lower ones. These would be ones moving upward toward the thermosphere. The cloud cities actually start as low as the troposphere, which is where our weather occurs, the lowest level of our atmosphere. But most of them at this point are compromised. We have, I believe, Shambhala up there, Olympus up there. These are hibernation zone reality fields. So we've just catapulted through all those and to the Aurora safe zone that exists above them, which corresponds with the D3 atmospheric level subterranean cloud cities, but at the location of where Seal 5 is located. Okay, now, which is about 60 miles up. Now, step 16. From the Aurora 2 subterranean cloud city that is up in the atmosphere, the lower thermosphere, we will pass through Seal 5 in the lower thermosphere. And as we do this, just inhale, and that inhale will bring you up through CO5, and then continue floating up to Eartha D1 etheric atomic aquifer gates at CO6. So we're floating up from CO5 from the lower thermosphere to CO6. We're not going through CO6 yet, nor are we going through the aqua gates, the Eartha D1 aqua gates yet. We're just coming up to where they'll be in front of us. And this is positioning us at the start of the Van Allen radiation gap. This is the gap between the inner Van Allen radiation belt and where the outer Van Allen radiation belt starts in our atmosphere. It's the end of the inner Van Allen belt. Moving into the gap. Now, the gap is something we need to leap over because of what exists there in hibernation. So, we're coming up in front of the Van Allen gap, in front of CO6, in front of the D1 Eartha aquifer gates. Step 17. We're going to pass through now the Eartha D1 etheric atomic aqua gates. So imagine you're moving through a set of etheric looking, or not quite dense matter looking gate doorways, and we're going to move through CO6. And as you move through CO6, we'll inhale, and then the exhale is when we'll move through CO6, and there will be a burst of pink light. You may or may not see it, but the burst is there. And that is at the start of the Van Allen gap. And now we are going into a leap up to bypass, it's a bypass of the D3 Earth mist cities that are reversed hibernation zones in the Van Allen gap. And we're going to go directly through CO6 to Aurora 3 safe zone. The Aurora 3 safe zone is located at Eartha D2 physical. It is an underwater subterranean city that is referred to as Aquatharium. This is a physical place in Eartha. It is a physical place in Eartha that is accessible through the leap up to Aurora 3 safe zone. And it is literally someplace that is accessible in our clouds that would leap us across the Van Allen gap. And we would come in just below CO7. Now, the next state, what we'll do next is we are at the Aurora safe zone 3. We can take a breath, and here's a lovely place to look around. Because what you will find is you are standing in a location that appears to be in a very pretty building. It is a building that has many what appear to be glass, but they're actually thin sheets of selenite crystal windows all around it, and the windows come to a very high dome above your head. These selenite domes of the underwater subterranean cities of Aquatharium are places of learning. There are massive educational centers in these places. And outside of the domes, it is water. You are looking at the deep waters, the subterranean water beds of D2 physical Earth when you are here. There are many things that if we had time, we could hang out here for a while and see many different things swim by or float by. But at this time, we are just wanting to get through to the Adashi temples, where there is someone waiting to meet all of you, someone's plural waiting to meet all of you. So we will leave now the Aurora 3 safe zone underwater city, or the underwater city of Aquatharium. And that is at the end of the Van Allen gap where the outer belt just starts. And from there, we will float upward to and move through CO7 at the start of the outer Van Allen belt, and continue to float to Eartha D2 physical upper aquifer lava beds. Imagine now that you're floating through physical lava beds of the upper aquifers of the Jada 6 level, the aquifers of Eartha, D2, which is in the middle of the Van Allen outer belt. So we're floating into the Van Allen outer belt, and then through seal 7, and then into the middle of the Van Allen outer belt. When seal 7 releases, there is not much sensation at this time. There will be in other journeys, but in this beginning ring 1 journey, there will not be much sensation felt during that. Now, from the middle of the Van Allen outer belt, we'll go into step 19. We are at the Eartha D2 lava beds in the outer middle of the outer belt, and we'll move up now, load up to Eartha D2 physical, Tajada upper aquifer water bed. So we're moving from the lava beds into the water bed cave gates. This is where you're moving up from the lava, up through from the bottom of the water aquifer, up to the top of the water, and here you will see again caves. This time they're physical. They're D2 physical caves that are gates that exist at seal 8 between D2 Eartha's upper aquifer and D2 Eartha's lower mantle, which is at the end of the outer Van Allen belt. For step 20, we will now pass through the Eartha D2 waterbed cave gates. So we move up through the lava, up through the water, coming out of the water and up to the caves. The caves about halfway full with water. So when you come up out of the water into air again,